Hello? I had to text my daughter and let her know that I was getting ready to do this live because I promised I would when I got my resin kit. But the one thing it don't come with that I need is resin. Hi. So, and I just woke up, so bear with me. This is the box. It's got a cute little bunny rabbit on it. There. Tiny ass little thing, right? Our daughter's on if you want to say hi. He's such a goof butt. This is the kit. That's all of it right there. Yeah, ignore him. Okay. Each layer is fastened to the next. So whatever layer you want, you unsnap that layer, okay? Very top one, and it's got a little handle, so that's nice. I looked at this yesterday, but then I put everything back so I could do the live. These are I believe, actual flowers. They feel, they're either that or stickers. Not sure. They look real, but we'll see, because as you can see, I haven't opened them yet. So there's like, I don't know, looks like maybe some violets, and I don't know what the lighter color ones are. You think it's pressed dry flowers? It might be. I hope so. This is full of jewels, little fake jewels, different sizes, different colors, and so on. See? This is one of the molds. Look familiar? This is the pendant mold like I have. But this one's, I don't know, this one's more round because mine has, I don't know how, oh, I see. Never mind. It does the shape up here. So it is the same. This one is the triangle, or not the triangle, the pyramid shape. This is this pyramid mold. And this, where's the other part of this? Oh, there it is. This is a ball that you can do. Goes together like so. Once you get the pieces, done, of course. See, got a little ball, got a little hole in the top. I'm guessing that's probably for, I don't know. Why would they have a hole in the top? Yeah, to make a sphere, basically. But I'm just saying, if you put resin in the top, then it's going to come out the hole. So what would be the purpose? Oh, thank you for telling me that, because otherwise I would have made a mess. I would have made a mess. Okay. These are some little symbols, gold symbols that come with it. They're very flat. See, this is why I wanted to do the reveal, because if there's something in here you know how to use, you're going to know how to use it before I am. This is some of the glitter. Isn't that pretty? All those colors. Here is another of the molds. Pour it through the top there. So that makes an interesting shape. Is that all that layer? Oh, nope. Got these. Now, obviously, these you can't pour resin in because they're going to go everywhere, right? So I'm assuming these you can put on the pendant or whatever to make it look specially party or something. I don't know. What would you use? How would you use those? Because see, there's a hole in the top. It'll be fun to figure out, I suppose, right? Whoa! If I don't dump everything everywhere now. That's just the first layer. Get it there. Make sure I got everything. Yeah, I'll have to just really give it a serious think before I do it. And these guys are trying to stick out. They didn't want to go back in the box. Okay. And like I said, that's just the first layer. Second layer. Ow. Yeah, some of these are hard to get off. See, so each layer is, that's a tray right there. And that's one of the things I really liked about this kit, is because it's multi-layered and, you know, you got a nice little storage case. Okay, here is some more of the molds, which these are shallow ones, so those will make some interesting shapes. That's the little links, fasteners, well, links anyway. And I'm not sure what all is in there because I haven't opened it. Like I said, I haven't opened it yet. Earring pieces to do the dangle earrings.
Dear,
Do
you have any stamps left on JPay?
JPay, I don't know. Honestly, I'll check in a little bit or something if you want. These are like 3 little crowns. They're like crowns here.
Yes, so I can see.
See, they're little crowns. There's a gold looking one. Okay, wait. That one, the first one was brass. This is the gold looking one. And then there's the silver. So it comes with 3 little crowns, and you're probably right. Sphere holders. Oh, you're right. Oh my God. See, I would not have known that if you hadn't told me. I would have been trying to put them on a pendant or something. And go, why isn't this working? This part, I knew Chris was probably going to like. Not sure how I'm going to utilize it yet. But it's got all these little gear bits, kind of steampunk kind of stuff. I guess that you can put on some of them or in some of them, or I'm not sure. But there's a lot in there. So that'll be fun to figure out how to use. Of course, it's got to come with a pair of these guys. And here's a dark, what color is that? Can't see because I don't have my glasses. Gotta put my eyeballs on. And Kalika was on my lap, so it was making it hard to really move a whole lot. Okay, this color is light blue. I think this is supposed to be a light blue. Here's a green. These are the ink oils. Here's a yellow. There's like a dark orange. Black. A red. White. Purple. light orange, or like a citrus color. And this is a different blue, like a darker blue. So that's all the ink colors. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, yep, 10 of them. Now, you want to talk about a container of gold leaf. Look at that puppy. Now, I love the gold leaf. Don't get me wrong, but it's a pain in the ass because it sticks to everything. I mean, this stuff is as bad as fairy dust. So that one is definitely something to use the tweezers. I'm serious. If you've dealt with this, I'm sure. It's oh my gosh, drives you nuts.
Okay.
So that'll be fun. That's the second layer. Okay, what?
Michael had me checking in the public defenders.
Okay.
See if he could possibly use that instead of $3,500 for a freaking lawyer.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Come on. Okay. And the third layer.
Ashland doesn't list a public defender's office because Ashland County doesn't have one.
Oh, Ashland County doesn't have a public defender.
So I told Michael about that. Also, he read the information from the judicial release packet he got.
Okay.
It seems to indicate, because he didn't read it word for word, so I'm not positive, but it seemed to indicate that there's a process he can go through there in the prison to request a public defender, which goes through the state office.
Okay. You might want to write this down, sweetie, if it'll help Michael.
No.
No?
I
Okay.
already sent, that's the reason I needed to know if you had any stamps.
Stamps? Okay.
You had 5, I used 2.
Okay.
But I sent him the information that, if I was wrong in what I thought the paperwork said about him being able to go through the prison to request a public defender, that he would need to contact the state office because Ashland County doesn't have one.
Uh-huh.
So I sent him that information today, just now.
Okay.
I was going to send it yesterday, but I was waiting for the State Department to call me back because I left a message asking them about it. But I just looked it up on the website and actually found where I could find out the different county offices.
Okay.
So, anyway.
So it's a possible, it's a hopeful, right? I mean, I don't know, but.
Depends, because most likely if he's got to go through the prison, he's going to have to fill out a bunch of shit paperwork.
Yeah.
Whether he does or not.
Well, she said he's at work until 6 or 7, so he won't see the email until later on. So.
Yeah, and.
But see, at least you can tell him, sweetie, we are trying. We're trying to, find some stuff out for him and explore some possibilities that might, be something that works, hopefully. And she said they got thunder and lightning there. So.
Where?
In England.
No.
We had our storming was a couple days ago, right? Raining and stuff about a day or two ago. I don't know if we had thunder or lightning, but we had rain.
We had a little bit of thunder yesterday.
Yeah.
So far away, you didn't even see the lightning, but
now these
you heard a little bit of a rumble.
Are going to be fun. I see unicorns in here, dolphins, little tiny circular pieces, little tiny crosses. So confetti, yes, but that'll be interesting to figure out how to use it. This one is going to probably be the most difficult for me because it's letters. So, and they're flat, it looks like. So some of the letters are bigger than others, and how do you keep the letters from moving around, while you're pouring the resin? So I'm not sure how to use those. We have okay, these are additional glitter. Oh, see? All kinds of pretty colors. We got gold, silver, red, blue, green, purple, pink, gold, blue, different, like an orange, a copper, and a pink. So, oh, okay, good. Good, thank you for that. Because I've not had a kit like this, so, every little bit of help that I can get on how to utilize stuff, the better. Okay. We got these little guys. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. We got these. I don't know about you, but these look like extra long. I guess these are stir sticks. That's what I've always used them for. Mica spoons. Okay, right. So you can scoop or you could use these, right? You could use either one. I've used both before. I've used these and I've used those for the mica powders. Stir sticks. Yeah, that's mostly what I use them for. Okay, got, 1, 2, 3. You got 4 necklaces. The kind on the cord and then the chains. So 4 necklaces, and this is the last mold. And this is the first time I've taken it out. That's the last mold. It's got some spherical shapes, hexagonal right here. This shape, this shape, this shape. Some, so those will be fun. It'll be interesting to see this, what they look like when they're completed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 different molds. So yeah, that's everything pretty much in the kit. And the one thing, of course, that it didn't come with is resin, but that's okay. It just means I'll have to order some resin, and I've got a little bit left on my card, so I should be able to. So that's it in a nutshell. It's a triple layer, each layer has, come on. And then a little carrying case. So I thought that was really cute. I was a little shocked. Yeah, we may have to. Where? There's one close to us? Or the Grove City one?
I told you, they've got one.
Who?
The place I'm going to tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So, I kind of shocked me a little bit when I saw how small the box was. I'm like, what? Then I opened it and I was like, oh, okay. So, oh my goodness. Yeah. But at least, it's some fun, different shapes and stuff and pieces and parts that I haven't had, till now to be able to use. And it's going to be tricky because, me and my colors. So some of the stuff ain't going to show up in the colors very well, I'm afraid. But I will try to do some clear as well so you can see them very clearly. I'm anxious to see if these flowers are actually real. They feel real. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. So Pops is going to this new place tomorrow. He's it's like a clinic kind of place, but they have other stuff they do and services they have. So he said he just wanted to check it out. It's like, okay, I guess that's understandable. And one of the things they have is food pantry. Because my food stamps are hit in the mouth, meaning no more until the 18th of this month. And he won't have any more until the 20th of this month. So, but good news. Carl finally moved out of mom's. Yay! He finally moved into his own place. I hope he's doing okay. I hope he's settling in well and getting excited about how am I going to decorate this, because he's got so much cool stuff. You know, it's like if it was me, oh my God, that would be the first thing I would do. I would move in as much of a load as I could for the first time, for the first load or whatever, and I would start probably unpacking that bit and putting stuff up right away. You know, because that was how I did it here. When I got this place, I remember I brought over, I think it was like 4 bags of stuff. I had 2 on this arm, 2 on this arm, and I rode over on my bike. Then I wrecked, almost fell in the street. That was scary because I'd lost my balance because, you know, the stuff that was in the bags was different weights and stuff like that. And I lost my balance on my bike, fell over, messed myself, not too bad. I think I got some scrapes and stuff. I had this one ring that literally got flattened, and it was a 10 karat gold diamond, not diamond. It was a 10 karat gold heart-shaped ring that I ended up giving to Della, which now I regret doing because the bitch wasn't worth it. And it was, I fell in the street. I scraped my fingers up, but it wasn't like major. It's just because of how close, like if a car would have been coming by right at the right time, it could have literally hit me in the head, and it probably could have killed me. So, but anyway, when I first thing I did when I got over here was I started putting stuff up on the walls right away. Yes.
And give a good example of the difference in writing skills. I used to carry 5 to 6 bags of groceries home on my bike.
Yep.
With no problems.
Yeah. So, you know, it's all about the balance thing. You know, you got to have that balance, because if you don't, down you go. So I was very lucky. A van stopped right next to where I had fell. And they said, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you." And I was shaking. I was going like this. But I said, okay, from that point, I'm walking my bike the rest of the way. So I did. It was somewhere over in the Town and Country shopping center. I was going by. I don't remember exactly what store, but I was about like halfway through it or 3/4 or something like that. And that's when the accident happened because I had lost my balance. I was like, oh, crap. So, yeah. But me, I mean, I started, you know, decorating right away, you know. And some of the first things I put up was some pictures of some stuff that I liked. I think it was like some unicorns and, you know, different things like that. And I slept on the couch the first night that I stayed here. And because, you know, the landlord at the time, Mr. Ward, he let me have the furniture that was in here, which was a godsend, because otherwise I would have not had any furniture but a bed. So that would, you know, I was very lucky there. And it was, I remember how elated I felt and how happy and excited and just like really felt like I had achieved something, you know. And it was through my my counselor, Prageetha Brady. Interesting name, huh? Bless her. She retired. I only saw her for a few times, and me and Chris were already together when I was still seeing Miss Brady. So when I stopped going, the next time I tried to go back and tried to set up an appointment with her again, because, you know, when you get used to one counselor, you want to try to stay with that counselor, because if you get a new counselor, it's kind of like a new doctor office or something. Then you got to go through all the bullshit again. You got to, you know, start from the beginning. And we have a lurker. Hello, lurker. But I don't want to have to go through it again. You know, I don't want to have to start over and build another relationship with yet another counselor. And how long am I going to have this one before I lose them, or they move on, or something like that? So it may have happened anyway, but it was because of her. She knew Mr. Ward. Mr. Ward just happened to have this place available, and the timing was absolutely perfect. I was in a thrift store, I think, or something with Mom and Jim, walking through the aisles, and all of a sudden Mr. Ward called me, because I think I had called him first, because she gave me his number. I had called him first, and I left a message, and I said, you know, my name's Janet Feinstein, blah, blah, blah. I have a counselor. My counselor is Prageetha Brady. She referred me to you. I'm looking for my own place. Give me a call at your earliest convenience. And he did. And I remember stopping dead in my tracks when he told me, you got the place. He said, when can you meet me? So I set up a date with him like right away to come over and, sign the lease and all that, make it all official like. And I was in, and I was excited. I was like, oh my God, my own place. Oh my God. I felt so accomplished. And, it meant a big deal. It was a big deal to me. And, that's why it kind of, I think, threw all of us for a loop that Carl wouldn't be the same. It's like, dude, you have your own place. If it was me, I would be over there right now, getting excited, having fun, decorating the place to make it totally, completely me. So that when people walk in, they look around, they're like, yep, this is Carl's place. He had some nice, I don't know if he still has them, but at one time, like back in his younger days, he used to do the car models, and he was always race cars, or not race cars. Was it race cars? It was like cars that he liked, Chevys and, stuff like that. Different. And I loved his car collection. I would actually have fun watching him do some of his car stuff. The way, from what we've been able to gather, the main issues I feel that he had was he just didn't want to leave. He didn't want to leave Mom's. He don't want to be alone. He doesn't want to live alone. But he's in an entire community of people, and they have a recreation center. So if he's sitting around bored, lonely, wants somebody to talk to, just go talk to the neighbors. Go to the recreation center or something, The one bathroom I know the floor's messed up in, so the floor needs fixed. But he has another bathroom that he could use because Jim said he did. He's got like some base furniture. He's got a couple beds. He's got a chair and I think a table at least, But other than that, no, I don't know like any other furniture that he has at this time or not. But I think really his main issues was he just didn't want to leave. He didn't want to be alone. With his health, especially not being so great. I think he's afraid. What if something happens to me? Who's gonna call the 911? What if I'm incapacitated and I can't? You were gonna say something.
Yeah, you got your own place, and now you don't. Now you have to share it with an asshole.
Funny.
And 4 cats.
Yeah. So I think that would really, truly, I think that was his issues. And as far as curtains and stuff, hell, he could go to a thrift store and spend pennies and find him some nice curtains. Maybe even find some in some of the, really nice green that he likes for the, St. Patty's Day, kind of the Kelly green or whatever. I don't know if he would go quite that light, but he's a Pisces. So he, is there like a favorite color that Pisces likes? I know it's going to be different with each Pisces, but like I could see him doing blues and greens, for like coloring and stuff and to really make the place, calm and make it relaxing, hopefully for him. And, just get excited, about, I can do what I want. It's my place. Oh, you hate green? Okay. So, but it's like, I just feel like if he really applies himself, he can make that place look really cool and make it totally him. He could even put up some of his collectibles. Like one of the first things I would put up would be the NASCAR Barbie, because, if he's worried about people, like if he has people over that's visiting or whatever, he can always take it down or put something else in its place if he don't want people to see it because, they're going to rob me now and take my Barbie. Carl, come on. And he found out, I guess, that this Barbie, because it's a NASCAR Barbie, I've only seen it once. And he said it is valued at over, I think it's $2,000 or something like that. I feel like they made this NASCAR Barbie to look like Danica Patrick, because she was one of the only females that I know of that actually did the races with the guys and stuff. And she had brown hair. I don't remember what color eyes she has, but brown hair, beautiful lady, absolutely stunning. And that's what I saw. When I saw the Barbie, I saw her. I saw, oh my God, that looks like Danica Patrick. Carl swears up and down it don't, but I feel that, even if it doesn't actually say Danica Patrick on the box, to me, it was Danica Patrick, because typically the Barbies have the blonde hair. Majority of the time they have the blonde hair. Sometimes now you can find redheads. You can find those with black hair and different, nice bright colors like mine, and stuff. But his car models would be really cool to like be able to set up somewhere. He's got some valuable decorative pieces. He's got that one huge painting that I remember he showed me once, and he said this thing might be worth some money. And it's like, okay, Carl, so if it's worth some money, why don't you sell it? That's the part I don't get about him, is all the valuables that he's sitting on. What is he saving them for? Why just leave them packed away? If he got down to where he absolutely needed the money, I would be selling the stuff. It would break my heart because I'm a collector myself. But, if that's what I had to do, and that was, we needed this money for whatever, I would do it. It would hurt like hell, but I would do it. But I hope our situation never comes to that, So I just want him to be happy. You really, be happy in his new place, and, have fun decorating it, making it uniquely Carl, because he's got so many. I know he's got some really cool decorative pieces. Like I said, a lot of them I haven't even seen. So I hope he's settling in okay. But of course, the scary part was he got stung by a wasp twice in the neck. I don't know if it was the same spot or what. And he said he was having trouble breathing. So they had to take him to the hospital and stuff. And, I talked to Mom, I think it was yesterday. She said, Carl's finally moved out. He's coming by today to pick up his car because he had left his little silver car there. And she said, hopefully when he comes to get that, he'll just take it, if he wants to stop in and say, hey, Mom, it's me. I just wanted to say goodbye. I'm getting my car now. I'll see you later. And just go, don't find an excuse to linger and stay and, just get your car and go home. And, so I told Mom, I said I would try to come over soon now that Carl's out of there, because he was just causing way too much stress and tension for everybody, including himself. Because the longer he stayed there, the more intense things got. And it was not good for anybody, I don't think. So, I hope he's doing okay. I hope he's settling in. I hope he's getting excited and fired up about, in a good way, about, hey, I'm going to make this place look really cool, and really enjoy his freedom and enjoy his independence. He don't have to answer to nobody now. He's just, only thing he pays is his lot rent every month. So if it was me, I would be sitting there going, wow, look what I did. Okay, how am I going to decorate this place? How do I make it uniquely me? And I would be looking around. I would literally go from room to room and go, okay, I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to put that over there. I'll hang that there. Maybe put that there. Yeah. Building up his furniture, that's going to be a job. But hit the thrift stores. That's what they're for. Find some neighbors that maybe have some stuff that are like, oh, well, we've got a few things that we don't use anymore. You're welcome to them. And it'll get him by unless he decides to, go buy his own stuff or what have you. So, but you haven't seen my latest cup, I don't think. I got a cauldron cup. And on one side, it says liquid gold. Got this. It was St. Patty's Day. It's hard living on your own, though. I don't like it, as I don't have other adults to talk to, so I can understand him wanting the company. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do, too. Absolutely. I can understand him wanting some company, and, he's got some possibilities for that, There's people there that they're in his age group, in his age bracket and stuff, and he's got the recreation center. So like I said, he could always go talk to some people if he needed to, or he wanted the company or whatever. And I told him, and I will keep that promise. I said, I'll come up and see you sometime. I don't know when, because first I'd have to get his address. Then I would have to put it in my phone and GPS it. And then most likely what I would do is I would bring the big cooler, and I would fill it with my own food and drink stuff, because I just don't. Yeah, he has his moments of generosity. Don't get me wrong, where he'd be like, hey, help yourself, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going through that. I'm not going to get up there and be hungry the entire time or thirsty because I'm afraid to eat any of or drink any of his stuff. because he can develop an attitude about it. I mean, he would throw fits about me and Maria the way we did the ice cubes, the way we did the ice trays. That because I mean, Maria, the way she always does it at home is when she uses ice, then she'll fill the trays back up. Well, that's normally what I do here too. And over at Mom's, I'm usually the person that puts the ice in there, except for in the bucket in the freezer, except for the times when Jim brings it home from the church, and then he dumps the whole thing in there, and they're nice little slivers of ice, so you can fit them in small bottles and stuff like that. And Carl even made us feel like we were using too much or something. Don't use up all the ice or blah blah blah. Like he had a right to say that to us. It's like, Carl, this is not your place. If you're worried about us using up the ice, then why don't you go out and buy some more trays? So then there's going to be more ice cubes to be able to put in the bucket and whatever. So Maria, she does like a lot of ice a lot of times with a drink or something. And, if she uses like an entire tray, then it was completely normal for her to just refill it and put it back in the freezer. So, but what Carl saw was, oh, you're not doing this right, or you're doing it wrong, or you're filling them too full. He would always find a reason to complain about, and this was ice. This was ice cubes, for God's sake. I'm like, Carl, it's ice cubes. What is the big deal? It's like, geez, dude. And, just the way he did things there, which I'm sorry, but to me was inappropriate. And, especially the way he would treat Mom and the way they would argue and fight and at each other's throats. And, I would walk in and sit down, and they would immediately start arguing about something. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, why am I here? I don't need this. I don't need the stress. I don't need the bullshit. I did not come here to hear them argue and fight. I came here to visit. If everybody can't chill and be cool with each other, I'm leaving. Because I did not come here to watch you guys argue and fight. So if either please stop it now, or I'm leaving. Because I don't need this. And, so, yeah. Hey, just a second. Yeah, come to the other door, hun. The other door is what we usually use. Our neighbor, Robert. He needed Chris for something.
Yeah.
The techie in the building, bless him, so Robert brought him a beer just to say, hey man, could you fix my phone? No problem. No problem. Oh.
Nobody don't know about that talk back before. That's that damn Jordan song. I wish someone you could disconnect that damn talk back.
Anyway, so, but yeah, see, it's a cute kit. Back to the kit for a minute. It's a cute kit. I like it, and that was part of what drew me to it, was that it had a lot of really cool pieces in it and molds. And I was like, oh yeah, these are good. These are going to be nice. So, and thank you for telling me about the crowns, because that was really throwing me for a loop. I'm like, how am I supposed to use these? It did not enter my mind for a second to use them as the stands for the crystal spheres. Don't I feel silly?
Yeah, I don't care for
Yeah. So anyway, so now all I got to do is get the resin, and I'm excited because I've got all these different shapes to do now. Yay. And I'm just going to start using the spoons, as meticulous as it is, or as maddening as it is, because you can only get so much resin in those little spoons. Maybe I will. I know I could do a plastic spoons. I could do some throwaway spoons, because you can at least have a teaspoon size. And then that would be a lot easier to scoop out of the cup and then pour it in the small, the little small ones. Because it's like, oh boy. So yeah, it's going to be fun, to experiment with all the different little doodads and this is and that's that comes with it, especially the steampunk stuff. the gears and whatever. I mean, I want to do it justice, so I'm trying to think, okay, which of the molds is going to be ideal for that, because some of the gear pieces are decent size, and I don't want to put them in something too small and it looks stupid. Yeah, the mica. Yep. Yeah, I kind of figured, because me, I do the tap a lot of times, but yeah, it's nice to have the spoons to be able to, you can do that just as easily. You can scoop out a couple of different spoonfuls, and dump it in there until you get the coloring that you want, which I try to do. And all right, so let's drink some Third Eye and Feeling Good as Hell tea. That's what this is. No joke. I kid you not. Here, let me show you. And these are really cool teas that I got from Witch Lab. See? Third Eye. Feeling Good as Hell. Right on the label. That's the name of the tea. And the other one is my personal favorite. Calm the Fuck Down. So if you're stressed about stuff, you drink some of the Calm the Fuck Down tea and it calms you the fuck down. It put me to sleep. I drank a cup of it one day when Maria was here, and I was sitting here on the couch and I was like, I mean, it was knocking my butt out. So if I ever have sleeping issues, then I'll just drink me a Calm the Fuck Down, drink me a glass of that, a mug of that or whatever, and it'll straighten me right up. I'll be able to go in there, lay down, go right to sleep. Hopefully, actually sleep through the night. Well, I was right. Figured I could get, because of how much of this is filled. Okay, because that's only 2 teaspoons full in there. 1 teaspoon of the Third Eye, 1 teaspoon is of the Feel Good. I'll call it Feel Good tea. And it fills up this thing enough that I can usually get like at least 2 cups out of one batch. So because I try to get as many cups out of one batch as I can, so I'm not wasting a bunch of it. I had that one sitting in the fridge, and then I was like, you know what? I need to get that drank. Otherwise, it's going to sit there for months and probably be no good. So I'm gonna get it drank. I also got some Wellness Blend, which I haven't tried yet. It's supposed to help with your immune system, I guess. It helps build your immune system, and these are all natural. A witch made them. And that's what I love about it, or at least an herbalist made them. So they know how to combine the different herbs and what proportions and this and that. Because some of these have mugwort in them. And mugwort, the way I understand it, tread lightly. Because if you OD on mugwort, I don't even want to think about what it could do. What kind of problems it could cause or anything. But it's good to know that it is a safely ingestible tea. Something you could use in a tea. You just got to know that you got to get the proportions right. Because when I first got the stuff, I was just dumping in as much of it as I wanted without using a teaspoon or anything, because I didn't read on the bag, 1 teaspoon. So that's what ever since I noticed that on the bag of the tea, I was like, okay, I'll just do 1 teaspoon from now on. So when I mix the two, like I did with the Third Eye and Calm Down, or not Calm Down, the Feel Good, the Third Eye it helps to, I guess, open the third eye or something or another, make it stronger so you can use it for, to me, that would be kind of like being able to get, I don't know if visions would cover it or not, but be able to see things with your third eye that you don't see with your other eyes. Magical stuff, mystical stuff, paranormal stuff, certainly, supernatural stuff, telepathy, because that's what you're using. I think when you do telepathy is you're using the third eye. But I can tell that this blend it's weak. It's weaker than it normally is. But at least I used it one last time before I'll take that in and dump it in the trash. And then I rinse the remnants down the drain. So it's not that much that I'm dumping down the drain at one time. Because then I don't want to, like clog up the drain. So enough of my blathering about stuff. What's going on with you guys? You doing okay? And I always do honey and cinnamon when I drink my hot beverages. Oh, okay. Yeah, our Easter is going to be on the 9th of this month, so this coming Sunday. And that's another one of those. It changes every year. It's on a different day, or it'll fall on a different Sunday. Like this particular time, ours is considered April 9th is going to be Easter. And if I know Mom and Jim, they might want to go out and do something. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. See, I wasn't sure. That's why I said that. Because I wasn't sure if there's like different days and stuff that you guys use and celebrate your, holidays. Can't remember, did I? Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Huh. Yeah, ours is in May. I don't even know when Mother's Day is going to be this year. What day it's going to be on for us. But that's neat. I didn't know that you guys celebrate yours in March. I think I stopped at day 3. So I'll go ahead and read day 3. 30 Days of Enlightenment. Association, Seashell and Jasmine.
FYI, books are too short.
Yeah, uh-huh. Oh, is it May 14th for us this year? Okay. For Mother's Day. Mantra. Sensing energies vibrate unto the fibers of my being and inspire my qualities and unique perspectives as directive impressions that complement and provide sight for the future. Protection. Wear any vessel or article of clothing that is in the shape of a moon or has a moon on it. Write the following energy spell and place it under your bed. Lighted goddess that governs our skies, keep my best interests in your bosom as you do the stars among you. Gift me the gracious cleansing and sight of the lunar eyes. So that's pretty cool. I decided each live I'll do another day and try to get through them. I mean, it won't be literally every single day, but when I am on, I'll be like, okay, I did day 3. Okay, now I'll do day 4, and stuff. That way people can take their time, go back, write it down if they want. And where did I stop with this one? There it is. Spirit interaction and communication. My spirit says such and such, according to the pendulum, and I think it's not getting along with me or another spirit. But can I trust the answers? Your intuition is the most important thing you will develop as a spirit keeper. If you feel uneasy about an answer you are receiving, then you should take heed of that gut instinct and find an alternate way to investigate the situation. You can use tools like a pendulum, tarot cards, automatic writing, scrying balls, etc., or go with your intuitive thought and gut instinct. The longer you are a keeper, the more exact your energies are going to become in discerning communication from spirits. How do I know if my spirit wants to be with a new keeper? The majority of the time, spirits do not want to be rehomed because they chose to be with you in the first place. However, there are times when spirits are with you only for a season, for a purpose of fulfilling something to assist you. If you feel that a spirit truly does not want to be rehomed, you should find an outlet where you can find the next person right for them. An example of this would be the Creepy Hollows Marketplace or eBay. However, make sure that they truly want to be rehomed and it isn't you projecting your doubts or insecurities. How do I find out the name, age, and looks of my spirits? Most practitioners will enclose a brief description of the spirit if it is applicable to the type of entity. If they do not, and you want to see what your spirit looks like when they were alive, the best thing to do is to ask the spirit to manifest to you in a thought, dream, or vision. If you prefer to work with tools, you can use your pendulum or cards for answers. However, we strongly recommend you ask the spirit to manifest to you. How do I find out what types of activities my spirit will enjoy? That is definitely going to be part of your adventure. Learning about your spirits and learning what things in your life they connect with and enjoy is part of the adventure of the journey. You can also use the associations of each entity to decide what kind of activities they would enjoy participating in with you. How do I communicate with them? One's communicating with me right now because my right ear is ringing. The best way is to talk with them through telepathy, thoughts. This is typically the best way to communicate with spirits because the interaction is immediate. You can use tools like pendulums, tarot cards, automatic writing, scrying objects, etc., and most collectors will use a mixture of tools before establishing what works best for them. Spirits can also initiate contact with you through telepathy, visions, and dreams. Help! I can't see, hear, or feel my spirits or spelled items. What do I do? The best and most important step you can take is to remain calm and not become frustrated or stressed because negative energy will simply exacerbate the situation. EXACERBATE. If you can find peaceful ground and exercise some patience, you will see the doors open for you. When you have an agitated energy, it makes it extremely difficult to make that necessary connection to open the doors for interaction with paranormal energy. What language do spirits speak? Their own language, native to wherever they lived. It's not uncommon for a spirit to speak their native tongue, but most of the time they communicate with you in your own native language. So, English, so you can understand them. Let me get my cover here. Okay. Where do spirit descriptions come from? And can they look different to the keeper than they do to the practitioners? The descriptions provided with a spirit come from the visual manifestation of the spirit during the conjuration process. It is possible they can appear in a different way to their keeper, but unlikely. Usually spirits manifest how they wish to be seen by human keepers and keep that form their entire relationship with the keeper. There are times when keepers have reported a variance in appearance from description, but they are usually slight. Not all entities are capable of being understood by the human mind when in their true form, which is why they choose more human-like or human-comprehensible forms. Why do some listings for spirits have long, detailed descriptions and some do not? In the community of spirit keeping, long-winded descriptions began on eBay. It is not typical that a practitioner should become overly involved in mingling with the spirit when they are intended to be rehomed. It can cause issues in the rehoming process, as the only person who should bond with the spirit is the person the spirit is intended to be with as their keeper. Spirit interviews, spirit counseling, spirit communication services are all something that spawned from eBay and from those newer to the field. They aren't recommended practices because the only person who should be conversing with the spirits in your care is yourself. And in some cases, when an issue does arise, the original practitioner should be the first consulted. With spirit consultation services, it is too easy to open the door for intentional and unintentional false information. Those less honest will try to scare you into buying protection or services by telling you your spirits are bad. Some will try to tell you that you have the wrong spirits and you should only buy from X seller, someone they are in cahoots with. For those times when it is not intentional, false information from the spirit reader could be that spirit you asked to be read doesn't want a third party prying into their business. For these reasons, and you can see how the issues can sprout further from the few mentioned, you should be the only one conversing with your spirits. Otherwise, you open yourself to more complications. What if I don't feel anything from my spirits? What should I do? The best thing you can do is be consistent, be focused, and be dedicated to doing so. Sometimes people connect with the spirit immediately, within hours, some within months. It's difficult to say exactly when because each spirit is different, and you may connect to one spirit much faster than to another. Patience and persistence are going to be your biggest allies in making connections and bonding with spirits. The most valued way to communicate is telepathy, but you can also use a communication board, pendulum, automatic writing, tarot, and many other outlets of a paranormal nature. Utilize any tools you can, including spells, associations, bonding rituals, and don't be shy to ask others in the community what their tips and tricks are. You'll find other keepers are open, thoughtful, and great in sharing with other keepers. Our forum is one such venue and has thousands of threads for reference made by keepers just like you. Will my family or coworkers know my spirits are here? Likely not, unless you want them to. Spirits tend to keep to themselves unless they feel they are welcome outside of their keeper. Spirits respect boundaries and will not manifest or interact with other members of your family unless you or they have given them permission to do so. This includes pets, who often sense and interact with spirits faster than humans do. With pets, they may know something is there, but won't know what it is unless you give them permission to interact with your pets. So yeah, I'm sure my pets are going, what the fuck is a dragon doing in here? Oh my God, what's that thing? You know, my poor cats. Spirit care. But I think, I like reading this for, it's interesting reading for one. And it gives people at least an idea of what I'm talking about when I say I'm a spirit keeper. Because there's a lot of people out there that might go, what the hell is a spirit keeper? Well, that's what this book is good for. But I'll tell you, I found some interesting other stuff back in here I didn't even know was in this book. And I was like, wow, do I feel stupid? Like angels, creatures, dark arts, jinn, dragons, fae, gargoyles, immortals, nympho, vampires, connecting with spirits, angel invocation, creature invocation, gargoyle invocation, dragon invocation, jinn, immortal, vampire, general invocation, nympho invocation, meditating with spirits, altars and sanctuaries, tips, tricks, and tidbits. Will spirits keep working for me? Yeah. Help, I can't feel my spirit. These are just some of the other topics in this book. But, I like to, just to help people understand, when I'm talking about, oh yeah, I have dragons and, unicorns and all kinds of critters, or people look at me like, what are you on? But it's very true. They're just, you've got to learn to realize that their spirit form now. They did once live. They were once flesh on the earth somewhere at some other era, probably. A lot of them, because they're dragons and mythical creatures, were probably from a time when, a virgin could still walk in the forest and a unicorn would walk right up to her or him. But usually it was a female, the way I understand it. Hello, Kalika. What are you going to do, cat? Make up my mind. You pain in the butt? Say hi. Silly cat. So, and it to me, it makes for at least interesting comment. Sissy says hi, Brat. She's like, okay, whatever. Kalika, will you please lay down? Jesus, cat drives me nuts. Lay down. You can always tell. I love it when she gets a drink of water, you can always tell because she gets it all over her face. She's got water droplets on her nose. You just got a drink of water, didn't you? Yeah, you did. You just got a drink of water. I know, because you got it all over your face. And that's what you do. Will you please lay down? Lay down. Yeah, cat. Come on, Kalika, lay down, dang it. Jesus. I'll tell you, when I'm doing a live, is the worst time to have my cat in my lap. Because then I got to constantly keep adjusting my, computer to move it around and shit so I can still be seen and talk and everything. And she's not like, walking back and forth, walking back and forth, walking back and forth. It drives me nuts. It's like, can you please just lay down? And Dad's taking a shower. Which, I wanted to take a shower, but I should have taken one this morning as soon as I got up. But I, didn't. So now I'm going to probably have to wait for an hour or two before I can take my shower. And I just hate that when he beats me to it. And I hate that it's an issue at all because they won't fix our shower. Because if they would fix our shower, then it would not be an issue anymore. And it doesn't matter if one of us takes a shower, another one and the other one wants to take a shower. We could do it 5 minutes after they're out, and it wouldn't be an issue. Enough with the nose itch attacks. When we were last at Witch Lab, Maria got herself some things. She spent I think it was over, was it $100 or something like that? 100 or, I know one of the times it was over 200. But, I'm not going to tell her not to spend her money, if she wants to spend it a certain way. But I'm down to probably if I'm lucky, $50 some still on my Capital One. And I'm going to have to use at least 30 of that to get me some resin. Otherwise, this cute little kit that I just got is just going to sit and not get used until I get the resin. Will you please lay down? Lay down, get down, something. And yes, I had to put my name on it. I went with my title / name, Lady Janelle Belpania. Kalika, seriously, you need to lay down. Can you do that, please? Lay down. Stop this moving around crap. I hate when she does that. She gets on my lap, she's laying one way, and then she's there for a handful of seconds, and then she gets up, moves around again, and then lays down again. It drives me nuts. Will you please just stop, Kalika? Hello, mystery person. It says there's 2 on here. But yeah, this is just, another, we're just hanging out kind of thing. And I mean, I don't know. Do you have stuff that you got to do today, sweetie? I don't want to hold you up from anything either. because it's like 12, more or less 12:15 here, noon. So that means it's probably around 4 or 5:15 there, your time. But yeah, there's not really much else going on. I've been watching the Supernatural series again. I'm already in season 3, and trying to decide if I want to watch Ghost Facers or not. That's the last episode on the disc that I have in there right now. Whoa! Because Ghost Facers, it's these two friends, and they're like paranormal investigators, and they do, I don't know. It's a lot of yeah. I figured it was. I don't know if did you guys finally go through your time change thing to like spring forward, go ahead of an hour. Because I mean, usually me, when it's time change, I prefer to get up and change my clocks right away. Sometimes it could take Pops a few days before he finally gets up on a chair and does the clock on the wall, resets it. And I do the same to Maria's downstairs. She changed her bedroom around again. She spent the entire day yesterday, more or less, doing it. And when she got it like partially done, she just wanted me to see it. I just had to see it. I'm like, okay. So I went down there, and it looked really nice. And she said, when I get it done, it'll look even better. And it'll open up the space in here more. And I'm like, well, that's great, and it does. It opens up the space a little more, and everything looks good so far. And it's like, she was excited, I guess, because she was able to make such a change. And I like to hear too, but too much stuff to move, too much that I would have to go through to move stuff. And I just really don't want to go through it. Not to mention Pops he'd have an aneurysm on me. Because he doesn't like how much stuff is in here, and I can't tell him enough. It's like, look, do you think that I like that there's so much in here? Because I don't, but some acknowledgement when I do try to get rid of some stuff would be nice. That, hey, look, you're doing a good job. Thank you. I'm glad you're trying to get things sorted and, get some stuff. I still got that stuff ready to take downstairs. I haven't taken down yet, which I need to get that done soon because, it's in the way. And I guess I'm just more reluctant because I don't know that I'm going to find places to put it, shoehorn it into the storage unit downstairs, but I have no choice because I'm not going to just leave stuff out in the open. Because I don't trust. I mean, some of the people in the building I know I can trust that wouldn't bother my stuff. But then someone like Daryl with his mindset, I just don't know that he's trustworthy. So I wouldn't want to leave my stuff out to where just anybody could, like pick it up, touch it, walk away with it, take it into their own place or something. Because I've been in Daryl's place and I've seen some sparsely decorated apartments, but his takes the cake and eats it too. He has almost nothing. And I'm like, but he seems to be happy. He seems to have everything he needs or feel that he does. And Kalika's laying on my cord to my computer, which is not helping because that weight on it is probably not good. I mean, granted, I could always unplug the computer and, just to get the cord out of the way because she insists on laying on my lap the way she does. Came up with those cute little bits that you sent me and the little orange pouch that's like something that little kids would play with. I actually fastened them to my coffin shelf. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but let me unplug this so I can turn it around so you can hopefully see it. Okay, where's the coffin shelf is? It's like way over there. Can you see them? One of them fell off of the top, but the one where the little purple TV is, on the other side, I had one up there, but the cat's, running through here and stuff and crossing across this table to get to that other table over there. But how I stuck them up there was with this tacky wax, because I thought about super glue, but then I thought, no, I don't think I want to really super glue them on there. But what do I have that would be super sticky that would, serve the purpose? Tacky wax. So I would take and I would get a little bead of tacky wax, put on the back of one of the pieces, and then stick it to the coffin shelf. And then through that inspiration, because I think they're cute. I remember like when I was a kid, I would love to have stuff like that to play with. So I love stuff like that. Don't have kids of my own, of course, in the sense that they're little ones. All mine are grown. But they're still cute, and I still like to display them. And yeah, that's just my stomach growling because I haven't even eaten yet. But I got I don't know if you saw him, I've got my purple dragon on the top of my shelf. I got my wings are still up there. Moved them back a little bit so I could fit 2 more pieces on top. But it's the weirdest thing. It's like Groot keeps turning. Like he's more in this way because I try to keep him flush like this, but he's turned in that way. And I don't know why, because I haven't touched it. I don't know how it's doing that. And I'm like, okay, is that a spirit going, hi? Could be. But I got the inspiration from putting those little critters on there that I showed you, that you gave me, to take some of my crystals, smaller crystal bits, and put them on there. So, yeah, I mean, because I've always said to my spirits, if there's a spirit that would like a vessel of one of the crystals that I have, or just about any object that I have, if it represents them in a certain way, or they like it for whatever reason, just tell me, put my attention to it, get my attention on it, say, hey, and do the telepathy thing or whatever, say, I really like this. Could I have it as my vessel? And I'd be like, sure, no problem. And then that's what the conjuring bag's for, but it's buried with a bunch of other stuff on top of it. And if I pull it out of there right now, it's going to knock a bunch of stuff down on everywhere and make a mess. And I don't want to do that. Me and Maria finally did make it to the thrift store, a new one that opened up over here. It's a VOA, so Volunteers of America, in the old Walgreens building. And we went over there one day, and she bought me a really nice set of Star Wars glasses that's in a box about yay long. They're drinking glasses, so they're clear. And they have like 4, like there's Darth Vader, a stormtrooper, one of the white stormtroopers, 3PO, R2-D2, and that's it, I think. So there are 4 main characters that I like. And it was only like $6.99. She only paid $9.99 for them, so $10 for the whole set. And they had them sitting behind the counter, because they'll do that with the higher valued stuff a lot of times, because people come in there and they try to steal stuff, and that's pretty sad, considering it's a thrift store and you're probably not going to find it anywhere else cheaper, but people still go in there and steal stuff, and it's sad. But Maria bought a bunch of stuff that day. I only got like a handful of things. One of which is this pretty gal. She's an angel. And I believe she said she would love to be called either Emeralda or Esmeralda, because of the green in her wings. Because sometimes that's how I will come up with a name for an object, is I'll think of the colors that are in that object and what seems to be prominent. In this case, her beautiful green wings. And the little thing hanging down, it's like a wrap, like twines around. What are you doing? Who are you sending that to, and why are you taking a picture of it? Oh, Pops is sending you a couple of new things that he got from the thrift store, because he went over there one day when he was out and about, and he got this one that says, a walk in the woods is worth 2 at the mall. and it's really cute. It's got a little cabin on one end of it, and then it's got two trees. One is kind of small, the other one's taller. And then he found me a square orange, white, and black Halloween decoration that he put up in here for me. Says, I'm a good witch most of the time. So those were cute. Also got a sugar skull. I said that I was going to show it last time. See, there's my sugar skull. Isn't he cool? Did it with Sharpies. Yeah, Sharpies, just markers, except for the yellow. The yellow in him, it was actual paint. It's oil paint. And you don't typically use oil paints on ceramic. You use like an acrylic paint. But I thought I had some acrylics and I don't. So, or I haven't found my acrylic paints. So I only used it on the nose, the teeth, and the top. There's a flower on the top of the head, on the top of the skull that has petals around it. And then it has a yellow. I did the yellow in the center. So, and it was a lot of fun because I thought, because some of the spots are so small, you would have to use a really small paintbrush. And this was the brush that I used. It's from an artistic kit that Chris got for me one time. And I'm pretty sure that he had gotten me a kit, or I had gotten myself one that had acrylic paints in it. But I don't know where those are. I haven't seen my acrylic paints. And the set that I did find when I was cleaning, it has watercolors in a tube and then the oil colors. So I only did a few spots because I didn't know how it was going to do, if it was going to stay, if it was going to be something you could put on the skull. And I just kind of, I tried to make it colorful and decorative. And, Maria liked it when she saw it. And yeah, you could do more detail. You could color more of it in. You could paint more of it like around the eye sockets and different things. But you have to have a very steady hand, in my opinion, to do something like that. And my hands aren't that steady, especially my left hand, because of the nerve damage. It tends to shake. So sometimes. So I don't want to be painting and trying to do like a meticulous detail or something, and then my hand jerks, or my whatever, because the nerves react in some way. But Kalika's not going to be happy with me. Oh, look at her. This is like her favorite way to lay on my lap. I don't know why, but she loves to have her paws stretched out like that. Her front paws. It's just always been her thing. Okay, Kalika, you got to get up because Mommy's got to get some breakfast. Mommy's hungry. You can get breakfast anytime you want because Daddy tries to keep your food bowls full. Oh, owie. So I'll be right back. I'm going to get me some cereal. Did Bella go out? Okay, good, okay, there he is. And when you were standing there talking to Robert and the door opened, I was afraid he might decide to dart out. Yes, Bella, Mommy's got milk. Bella knows that Mommy's got milk, so he'll be in here shortly. Boo was, see, what did I say? There he is. Boo's in the kitchen window. Daddy's got the window open. So before I forget, happy belated Mother's Day. Because I didn't know you guys had it in March. Are you okay, baby? What's wrong with your eye? Don't scare me like that. Daddy?
What?
Bella's closing one of his eyes for some reason. I don't know why.
I have some dust in it.
I hope he didn't injure it. He's keeping this eye closed. What's the matter, baby? Is your eye okay? Hope his eye's okay. You're probably fixing dinner. Just getting late enough there. So we need to figure out how to get me to your new lives on TikTok, because I know you changed your name to something else because of the fraud thing, which I don't blame you. but I don't understand why I haven't gotten any of the invites or anything. And I try to still check it once in a while to see if you might be on. Put this closer so I can read what you're writing, and my cat's not on my lap for once. I'm just looking for something. Oh, I got something to tell you. When I'm done, felt eating my cereal. I made my first payment on the 4th for my merit card. It was only $35. I'm going to get this milk drink down so I can give him some. Bella. Dang it. Just knocked my lid on the floor. Which, when I have an open cup like this, I definitely try to cover it in some way to keep the roaches out of it because I don't want to drink a mouthful of roach. There you go. I think I've got him spoiled. He'll still drink it out of the saucers that Chris will put down for him. But I think he likes drinking it out of Mommy's bowl right after Mommy finishes her cereal and drinks enough of it down that I try to only give him small amounts. Because I don't want to give him too much. He likes the sweet milk. Even better than the regular milk. Hang on, Kalika. Hang on. He always ends up with the milk beard. So cute. There you go, baby. Yep, milk beard. He gets a milk beard from drinking the milk. Yummy? Is that good stuff? Yummy stuff. It's all gone. You got it all. Pops is disappointed, though. He really was looking forward to being able to play this Destiny 2 game with the boys, and he's like, I give up. I guess they're not going to come on and, friend request me and stuff. It's like, well, boys are boys. They get, wrapped up in other stuff, and they probably just don't think about it or get, too caught up in something else, and it happens. And then after, Bella gets the milk, he just jumps down and goes off and does whatever. Kalika, come on if you want to get up here. Oops. Hang on. I'm going to have to do this incrementally because I keep forgetting. But you understand where I'm coming from. You know? Did you read all that? So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not sure, because if only there was a way to know, And I guess the only way that I'm going to know is I would probably have to call or something, and talk to them about it or something. But, excuse me, dear. I've got to go to the loo. I'll be right back. Oops. Almost done plugging my computer again. Plus, I have dishes I need to take in here. And I'm knocking all over the floor. make sure everything's rinsed out so I'm not feeding the roaches. So I'll be back in a minute. That feels better. Ow. I quit stubbing my toe on things. Yeah, so I just thought it was kind of ironic, you know, what happened. And I was like, huh? Okay. But the thing I was typing to you about, well, But I read through, everything. And like I said, I think the best thing is just going to be to call him and talk to him and say, hey, how's this go? And, there's nothing wrong with being curious, about something, and decide if I can do it or not, But anyway, still haven't gotten around to my moon dragon meditation. Haven't lit my shaman candle yet. So I feel like I'm kind of behind. And hey, Carmela. Meow. Hi. What? Carmela's down here meowing at me, of course. She wants her bug, don't you? Brat. But, at least I'm thinking before I take action, because it's a lot of responsibility, and something like that you got to be realistic about. Carmela. Hello, baby. She's like, dang it, Mom, I didn't want to be picked up. I'm sorry you're so bored, baby. This place is just too tiny. And I don't know when we're going to finally have our house. So it's very frustrating. Here we are going into spring and still nothing, It's just very upsetting. Because I'm anxious to see what kind of a nice place we end up with and how I'm going to decorate it and what kind of acreage of land we're going to have, what kind of yard. We're going to be able to do a nice little garden, hopefully, do some flowers and herbs. And you okay, baby? Mommy tries not to hold you very long because I know you don't like it. But, of course, I would have liked to have been moved yesterday. And this weekend, supposedly, I'll believe it when I see it, but supposedly Maya, our friend Maya, which she's a transgender. We don't know. I'm pretty sure she doesn't know that Mia Maria knows that she was once a man. But we don't care about that. We know her as she is, and we love her as she is. She doesn't have to be anybody to please us, just be herself. She had an incident with Paulette that, in Paulette's psychoticness, she gave her $3,000 or $4,000 Yorkie, the little dogs, they're yay big, to Maya. And then she proceeds to constantly blow up Maya's phone, asking her if she's taking the dog out to potty and if she's taking care of it and she's doing this and she's doing that. And then she was constantly pounding on her door, I want my effing dog back, and this and that. And we figured that, and I know I'm right, that the only reason why Paulette gave her that dog was to start some shit. Because she wants to fight Maya, and Maya told her no. She said, no, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not wasting my time. And that pissed Paulette off even more. She dresses trashy. She doesn't even try to dress nice. She's always wearing those stupid ass fucking red, falling apart, stupid looking, disgusting cowboy boots. And, she's just, I wish her and Scott would get kicked out of the place, because not only are they being disruptive, but they're stressing everybody out there because of their ways. And the inappropriate stuff that Paulette's always doing, and asking the neighbors like they really want to hear that stuff because they don't. So Maya, she finally listened to one of us, and she took the dog back because she found out that they charge you an extra $65 to have a pet. And she can't afford that because she said she can barely afford to pay her rent, Maya. So she finally decided, as much as she hated doing so. I didn't turn that on. Okay, who turned on my lava lamp? And I could have swore I just heard a noise just a minute ago that sounded like the noise it sounds when you turn it on. It's just that little click. Okay, well, thank you, I guess. I decided to give it a couple of breaks. Listen to me. I decided to give it a break for a couple of days because I don't want to burn through the bulb too fast, because I don't know that I'll have one to replace it. And those things get hot. When that oil and stuff starts heating up in there and that wax starts liquefying and making all those cute little shapes it does and this and that, it gets hot. So you don't make the mistake of touching it because you could get burned, because the base is metal. The cylinder is mostly glass, and then the cap is metal. And it makes me extremely nervous when one of the cats gets up there and is sitting too close to it or has their fur right up against it, because I'm worried about it burning them. And I still have to, be careful about having lit candles anywhere to where the cats can possibly brush against them and set their tail on fire, because most recently Kalika is the one that set her tail on fire, and I didn't see it, but I smelled it, and then I felt on her tail where the fur had been burnt away, and I'm like, oh boy. So I still have to be careful about that. And I'm just, I want to get some more of this living room done, start on this side, because this side is going to be a really big job, because a lot of it's going to involve grabbing as much stuff as I can off and underneath here, pulling it out, deciding if I want to throw it away, deciding if it's something to keep, because there's two power, what do I call them? Power boards, basically, where you can plug several different things in at once. Power strip. There's two different ones. There's one plugged in over here next to me, and then it's plugged into the one over here that has, every plug is filled, and if I unplug anything, it unplugs stuff that I use. So I would like to be able to use the ones that are open on this one, but I can't because of where it is. I can't, get to it easily in this and that. So what the hell is this? Oh, Gerber Life. That can be thrown away. Baggies, especially these big ones, I try to keep kind of together because we use them a lot. Continue your bath, Kalika. Mommy's just messing with stuff under here. This was the packaging that my kit came in. So a lot of it I'll be able to just grab like I'm doing. But then there's stuff further back that, I'm going to have to be careful when I start messing with it, because then I'm going to be having my arm way back here, Sorry, we still haven't gotten you the pictures of my resin pieces. I know I can probably do it with my phone just as much as Pops could do it with his, and it would probably have to be downstairs at Maria's, and I would have to set them up on the shelf down there that I set them up. I just tied my dress up so it's more like a top, and put the tapestry down, for the backdrop or whatever, lay all the pieces out, and then take a picture of each individual section. Like this section have wands, take a picture of all the wands. This section have the jewelry pieces, take a picture of those. This section have the jewelry boxes, take a picture of those. And just do them sectionally like that so that you can, put them on your website. And I can hopefully, finally get them sold. Because I've been meaning to, and I just haven't done it yet, to get together, like find one of my bags around here that I could use this for. Take, the sample pack of my resin pieces, meaning take a handful of the different ones that I have just to show people this is the stuff I do. This is the colors I can do. I can do them in clear if somebody wants them in clear, just where there's no color, there's no mica powder, there's no oil colors. There's just stir the resin up real good, which I'm probably going to end up doing with some of these pieces anyway, because I want to be able to see the items really good. Whereas if you put them in, you add the color, then it's liable to cover up some of the pieces. Some of the little, goodies that you put inside the piece to make it unique. So I'm definitely going to be ordering some resin today, which is going to drop me down to probably about 20 something on my Capital One. As a matter of fact, I'm going to double check again and see what's on there now. Because I don't want to touch my savings, which is, $50 some in my savings right now. Capital One. Well, come on, Capital One, you going to load or what? Now, when I'm over at my mom's, it won't let me into this. It wants to send me a code, and it just becomes more of a pain in the butt. Oh no, not again. We like to check in periodically to make sure your info is up to date. Please take a second to verify it. Yes. There's $54.73 in my checking still, and there's $50.66 in my savings on my Capital One. So I'd only be able to spend out of my checking, obviously. And if I'm lucky, 30, because it's going to be 30 something probably to get the same size bottles that I did last time. And it's a little bit lower on the scale. So I'm not paying out, so much at once. And I'm just going through some of these notifications, getting rid of them. Okay, what is up with this? This one. Wi-Fi calling. Just or receive calls and messages with Wi-Fi. For some reason, my phone's not been ringing. So I'm trying to go through here and see. Emergency 911, blah, blah, blah. What's this message? Eddie Bowers, Seven Hills Outfitters, Absolute News, blah, blah, blah. So I need to figure out how my I don't understand what. Why it's not ringing. I usually keep the volume at about half, so it doesn't ring so loud that it startles me half out of my life. I'll have Pops deal with it or mess with it later. I don't want to bother him during his game. Well, sweetie, I guess I'm going to go ahead and end this live unless you want me to stay on. We've been on here a little over 2 hours, and, you may be busy there. You may have stuff to do. But at least, I was able to show you the kit, everything that comes in it. I'm real excited to, start using it. But in order to do that, I've got to get off here anyway so I can get on my Amazon and order my resin. So, love you. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for saying hi. And I will see you next live. Blessed be. Love you and the boys.